Hi, my name is Chef Fregz, Gbubemi Fregene. I've been cooking since I was 10, and I'm not 30 years, but I've been cooking a long time. And it's just been a passion. I just liked cooking. So after university, I kind of just thought to myself, what should I do with my life? And I thought, food will always sell. So I decided to pursue it as a business, and I got the opportunities to go to culinary school. So that's when I became professional. And that was in 2010. So rewind 4 years after. So I've been doing it for about 4 years now. I've been cooking since 10, and my first meal was egg stew. You know, the type where you make egg, you put plenty tomatoes and things. So I put too much seasoning cube and I burnt it because I wanted it to cook, and it burnt. After then, it was just, why it burnt, so I'll make one that doesn't burn. Then I decided to, because we grew up, my parents worked a lot, and we were at home with the nanny, so I'll see what the nanny is cooking. I'm like, well, how do you do that? And you know, my dad showed me how to make scrambled eggs. My mom cooks amazing food too as well. So it was a question of how do you make the food that tastes so good? So that's what really sparked my interest. The food my mom and my aunts, for example, made me happy. So why can't I make food that will make me and other people happy? So that's just what always guides what I do. You need to make food that will make people, food is, life is tough already, so you should eat good, you know? So that's really how I see it. You know, if you're going to eat something, it has to be good. I'm kind of person, if I'm hungry, I eat food that is not good, I have to eat something that is good before I'm satisfied. How I made my passion into an enterprise was me moving back from Kaduna after NYSC and starting. I didn't have any, I don't know if I should say this, but I didn't have any business plan, but I had a plan in the sense that if I cooked, somebody would pay for it. So I had an opportunity with my friend's graduation party and Mrs. Zacchaeus of Eventful, and they asked me to roast 2 chickens and make a salad. I told them it's going to cost you X amount, and oh, who did that for you? Recommendations. Then later on, I started putting the business together. You will always still structure your business. You would also always make a plan, but your product should be always good. Your product should always be good, and that's how I started, and that's what I'm still doing till now. Acquiring what I needed to put in place before the business took off. Before I even went to culinary school, I had updated myself about what I wanted to do. So I was watching all the channels, all the programs on Food Network. I was researching a lot on the internet, and I was trying out things. Then also, whatever money I got from, I've never worked for anybody apart from NYSC. So, savings, pocket money from school, or just telling somebody, let me do this for you, try me. So all those kind of little opportunities, and for me, instead of buying an extra shirt, I'll buy a fry pan. I'll buy an interesting seasoning at the market. So I was just always updating myself and surrounding myself by what I needed to get to where I was going. And when the time came, I don't know, it just kind of happened. Oh, I used to borrow my neighbor's barbecue stand when I started, and I would buy my charcoal, and I would cook at the back of my grandparents' house, and yeah. So it was just a case of humble beginnings for me. Still is. I'm not anything fantastic now. People tell me, oh, you're a celebrity chef, but I'm like, no, I'm growing, because the minute you think you're something, that's it. I say something to my staff. I'm like, let's not be excited about anything we've done. No matter how grand it was, we can always do better. So from the days I started flipping pancakes to making my first pot of fried rice, I always sought to make it better. Always, how can it be better? Or how can I be so good at it that I don't even need to think of the recipe? It comes to me really naturally. So each meal has been practiced for me since 10 years old till now. People tell me, Gbubemi, you were lucky because of the background you had. People think, I come from a decent family. But the thing is, it's tough to push your dreams of wanting to become a chef in a world or in a house where people go to work every day. People make money from an office. And people tend to be shy. Is what you're doing respectably enough? But I made sure that it was a respectable thing that I told them I was doing. What helped me was what Fela Durotoye said. He said, if you do something for free, and you sleep and you wake up and you can do that thing again, that's what you should be doing. So to me, it didn't matter if I was going to make money or not. But it also made sense to me because people are going to eat every day. You have to breathe and you have to eat. So I know I couldn't go wrong. The woman who used to sell akara to me in Kaduna during NYSC took 200 naira from me every day. So it made sense. At every level, someone is going to eat. So I felt I couldn't go wrong. And I went to my gut, and that's what you have to do. You need to dig deep, you need to think, you need to pray, and you need to be sure that that is your passion. And passion will always show. It will always show, it will always set you apart. It will always set you apart. So that's my motivation for someone. Don't be passionate about something that is a fad. If everybody's wanting to become a chef, and sometimes I have to think deep as well. Because I liked cooking, didn't mean I needed to be a chef. So you need to think deep as well. Will I really be happy if I don't get any jobs and I'll still do this for free? Then that's what you should be doing. Oh, challenge is not having your own space to work in. My challenges have been not having my own space to work in. It's tough to share space sometimes. Then also staff. People sometimes that don't share your vision only want to earn the money you can pay them, but they don't want to share your vision. And it's tough sometimes to motivate people as a team because they see you as, I try to be the leader that carries everyone along, as those person that bosses everybody. But you have to learn to be a dynamic manager, and that's also a challenge because you have different types of people you're managing. Finance, luckily for me, the kind of business I'm in, finance sometimes isn't really a problem. I'm a private chef. I come to you, so I've costed what I need you to pay for, and I move on. But finance can be difficult when you want to expand. That's when it now becomes a challenge. Because sometimes you need more than you earn normally to get the facility and the pots and pans and the office space and the generator. So that's when it becomes a challenge. Well, you see, that's when you need to grow organically. When you grow organically, you keep your books properly. An investor can see that you've been diligent with little, and then it may take a bit to find, but when you find somebody that believes in you, it will be all hail and hearty from there. Leadership, like I said earlier on, that's tough sometimes to do.
Have you ever been to a leadership school of some sort?
Well, I graduated from Covenant University. I think that counts. I don't think I used to go to any leadership school. You hear that every day, you're a leader, you're a leader. You have things like EDS and TMC classes. So you're kind of groomed already.